that's almost impossible to escape.
Nestled deep in the majestic Austrian Alps, the beautiful ski village of Kaprun shines in the Salzburger Land region of Austria with the Kitzsteinhort ski resort, a name that nowadays resonates with safety and modern technology, boasting state-of-the-art facilities and stringent safety measures. But beneath its very polished surface lies a history etched with tragedy, a tale of disaster that reshaped the very foundations of ski resort safety worldwide. As we delve into this story, we travel back to November 11th, 2000. The millennium had just begun, and Kaprun, like much of the world, was buzzing with the promise of a new era. The Gletscherbahn Kaprun 2, a funicular railway, represented this era's new technological triumph. It was more than a mere conveyance, it was a symbol of Austrian engineering excellence, ferrying and carrying eager skiers to the pristine slopes of the Kitzsteinhort Glacier. The train's sleek design and advanced features, including a sophisticated hydraulic system, were the talk of the townspeople. Passengers boarding the train that morning came from diverse backgrounds, families looking forward to a day of bonding on the slopes, groups of friends seeking adrenaline-fueled adventures, and individuals just drawn to the tranquility of the mountains and skiers. As the clock struck 9 a.m., the Gletscherbahn Kaprun 2 embarked on what should have been a routine journey. But as the train ascended, hidden within its mechanisms was a fatal flaw. A heater, designed to keep the hydraulic system from freezing, malfunctioned, igniting a fire in the rear carriage. The fire, fueled by the hydraulic oil inside the fan, rapidly turned the train into a large death trap. Panic ensued as smoke and flames engulfed the carriage, making visibility nearly impossible. The train, now a moving inferno, continued its doomed ascent, as the driver had no way of communicating to the passengers as the intercom was lacking. In the control center, alarms blared, signaling a catastrophe in progress. However, the severity of the situation was beyond the scope of any emergency drill and training. The staff, even though they were trained, were unprepared for the magnitude of crisis unfolding before their eyes in the tunnel of the Gletscherbahn 2. As the train reached the tunnel's steepest section, the situation got worse and worse. The design of the tunnel, intended to protect passengers from external elements such as rocks and ice, now became their biggest adversary. The confined space intensified the smoke and heat, creating an impenetrable barrier like a death chamber that could not be escaped. Rescue teams alerted to the disaster were now on their way, but faced a large task. Battling the harsh alpine terrain and the snowstorm was already hard, but the ferocity of the blaze that they tried to reach was even worse. The conditions within the tunnel were very hostile, and they had to push human limits and rescue equipment to their extremes, as it has never been planned before. The aftermath of the incident was heartbreaking. The blaze claimed 155 plus lives, leaving behind a wake of sorrow and devastation. The rescue teams could not arrive in time, but miraculously, few people survived by fleeing downwards through the toxic smoke and searing heat. The change in temperatures, the hotness inside the tunnel, and the severe cold outside made it a very hard thing for the survivors to remain alive. The investigation into the disaster revealed a series of tragic oversights. The heater, a seemingly minor component, had set off a chain reaction of catastrophic proportions. Questions were raised about the safety standards and emergency protocols, not just in Kaprun, but in similar facilities worldwide. In the aftermath of the Kaprun disaster, the legal side of things was as complex as it was crucial. Once the investigation pointed out the faults, the families of those who lost their lives, along with the survivors, all wanted justice. They took legal action against those who believed they were responsible. This included the companies that built and maintained the train, as well as those in charge of running and maintaining the ski resort. These legal cases were tough and drawn out. It wasn't just one lawsuit, there were many, each one dealing with different aspects of the disaster and people's personal problems. The train manufacturers were under the lens for how they designed the train, especially with the heater in such prone danger. The ski resort operators faced questions about the emergency procedures that failed and whether they did enough to ensure passenger safety in the Gletsjerbaan Kaprun 2. Then, the regulatory bodies, the government agencies responsible for making sure that everything operated safely, were scrutinized as well. People wanted to know if they had missed something during inspections or if their safety standards were not good enough, since it was obvious what had just happened. This wasn't just fighting about who was to blame. It was also about making sure that this kind of tragedy never happens again. These legal battles pushed for changes, and they made companies and regulators look more closely at how to do things, leading to tighter safety rules not just in Kaprun, but ski resorts around the world. The Kaprun tragedy became a turning point in public transportation safety in ski resorts and in general. It created a global reassessment of safety practices, emergency response protocols, and engineering standards. The lessons learned from Kaprun echoed far beyond Austria's border, influencing policies and safety measures in ski resorts, public transport, and aviation even around the globe. Today, as we look at Kaprun's transformation, we are reminded of the cost at which this progress came. The disaster serves as a sad reminder of the need for vigilance, continuous improvement, and the paramount importance of safety in all aspects of public transportation. I'd like to take a moment to pay homage to the lives lost in the Kaprun disaster and their resilience for those who survived. Their stories, etched in the sad history, remind us of our responsibility to learn from the past and to ensure a safer future for all. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and also subscribe for new videos. Feel free to comment them down below, and have a fantastic day.